Okay, next thing we're going to talk about is arm motion. And the first point we want to make is a long lever arm requires a lot of energy to move. So if we do this with our arms and kind of windmill our arms, we'll feel a lot of energy being used. And if we cut that lever arm in half to about 90 degrees at the elbow, we can feel a considerably less amount of energy. So that's why we want to run with at least a 90-degree bend in our elbow. And really the line of demarcation for your arms is going to be your iliac crest right here. So if you're dropping your hand below this little bony protrusion right here, your arm motion is probably too long and you're wasting some energy. Okay? So we want the elbow bent at about 90 degrees or less. And we want most of the arm motion occurring behind the body. What happens when we put our arm motion in front of the body? We shift forward and we get into that butt out posture once again, which we covered in the last video. We don't want that. So we want the chin up, chest out. We want to throw our elbows back, not bring our arms forward. What our arms are doing is they're actually acting to counterbalance rotation at the hips. When we're running, we want all our energy going in one direction, and that's forward, or promoting as much energy in that direction. So if we have a lot of rotation, that's promoting energy in this direction. So if you just take your body and do this, you'll feel those obliques getting activated. You also feel your hips twisting. Now if we do this, we feel a lot less energy. So proper arm motion is going to look something like this. One thing we don't want to do is try to gesticulate, because if we have a thumb up on one side, what I see is one shoulder's going to come forward. If we're pointing on one side, we want to promote symmetry and rhythm when we're running. So you can use your arms to time your stride and just get a good, loose, pendulum-like swing. One of the little training aids I use for arm motion are these elastic bands, which we run right through this right here. And let me see if I can get this one on as well. And if I see somebody that's significantly dropping their arms, or they have really sloppy arm motion, we'll put these on, and what it does is it keeps that elbow at a nice fixed angle, and if they try to drop their arms, the bands will slip out. So this is a good training device. You can also use some really light weights just to get the pendulum-like feel from the swing from the elbows. And you can also do a drill I call side brush. So if you're out running and you want to know where your arms are moving in space in relation to your body, just take the palm of your hand and brush your side, just like this. You'll notice my hands are loose. We don't want a tight fist. That promotes more tension in the arms, more energy once again. We just want to stay loose, rhythm, bend your knees slightly, work your elbows back, and you got good arm motion.